Hey guys, welcome to Don'tCritMe.com. This is March 4th. We're going over starting up the podcast again. My name's Blade. With me today we have Brandon,
Hey guys.
and we also have Dave, who's just joined the team. Well, welcome Dave to the team and everything. We're going to go over a couple of things today about what we're doing with these podcasts again, what we're going to kind of start seeing, and what we're going to talk about today. So these podcasts, we're going to be just talking about normal stuff we'd see in articles, but more face-to-face. We're going to get more people into this. We were supposed to have George here today, Nemesis, but he's breaking everything.
User error.
Yeah. But, we're going to try and keep as many staff members as we can into this. We're going to try and just talk a little bit more and, just have more fun with this. So also we're trying to do this maybe, I think, 2 times a month. We're not going to try and do these like every week. I think everyone would be a little blown out if we did that. So, twice a month, not twice a week. God, twice a week would be awful.
It's like a full-time job.
Jesus. Twice a week we're going to try and, let's just say it again, twice a week. No, twice a month we're going to try and do these and just get you guys out there and talk about. So today's topic we're talking about is PAXEast. It's quickly approaching. A couple of us are going, I know. Nemesis was like, yeah, well, you want to go? And I'm like, kind of. So I'm now going. Brandon, I think, is going too.
Yeah.
Really excited for it. A lot of stuff's happening. A lot of companies are announcing not necessarily big things, but smaller things that are going to become, I guess, bigger things is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So
I feel like with the next gen consoles coming out too, it's gonna get. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that'll not really be announced, but you'll. I mean, I don't know. I hope they announce some stuff, but
It'll be more pictures of the PlayStation 4 controller, and that's it.
And not the actual console.
No, it's just a nondescript rectangular object, I'm sure.
Well, it's just all full. It's actually a sphere. Just sits there.
Remember back in when the PlayStation 2 came out, they had all those wacky PlayStation commercials with
that
the
PlayStation 9 thing?
Yeah, it's like just a floating sphere. Maybe it's one of those. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be awful. One of the things I know I'm looking forward to is Blizzard said they had an announcement. It was like they're releasing something, but not something huge. So we know it's not Project Titan. I was hoping it's Blizzard Dota, mainly because Nemesis is awful apparently at MOBAs, and I'm not awful. And I just want to go around and just carry him and be like, go over there and bait for me while I go ahead and kill all these people.
I told George this, and I'll go ahead and go on the record saying that I think that whole announcement is nothing more than just more Diablo for consoles.
Gosh, please no.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
probably
because
not.
the thing that they sent out, it was. I mean, it looked like it had the wax seal like you would see on the Diablo stuff, that we've seen for over a year, and they said that it was different than stuff that anything that they have out right now, but that doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a new, like a new IP.
Mm-hmm.
All of their stuff right now is on PC, so if it was on console, then technically, yeah, it would be different than anything they have. So.
I wouldn't want to see Diablo. Actually, no. I want to see Diablo on console for one reason. That's controller support for my PC.
Yeah, have you ever played the Torchlight port on Xbox 360?
No.
Oh, it's super duper fun. I enjoy it more than playing Torchlight 2, even though Torchlight 2 is amazing. Using the controller and just going around
Bashing everything?
smacking that X button for about 6 hours
Is it like Gauntlet?
Yeah, it's exactly like playing the old gauntlets on like N64 or something like that.
That's fantastic.
But you can get achievements and wear legendary gear and be super elite. I like it a lot. So I mean, if they do the same sort of treatment to Diablo 3, then I don't really see the downside of it because it's just a different control scheme on the same type of game. So maybe it'll introduce more people to the franchise. Maybe not.
Wasn't that what
I don't know.
Diablo
I think
3 was supposed to do, and it just kind of scared people away with Inferno mode?
Yeah, but the game was so easy to begin with that sort of challenge was required to put some sort of difficulty into the game because I flew through the regular mode and then just got bored with it. So.
All right. So who else made announcements? I'm trying to figure out. I know a couple people made announcements. Suppose I've done all this research before. I'm the worst. You guys should fire me.
I'm just coming out of this fresh. I don't even know anything about PAX because I'm not going. I just wait for the day of and hear all the good
All the
news.
cool shit.
Well, they
Yeah.
haven't announced. Supposedly this week they're supposed to announce the schedule.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's sold out already, isn't it?
yeah.
Or it has been. Damn. Maybe I could grab a last minute ticket. I was super late to the party.
No, do what I did for BlizzCon. Just go on the forums, like anyone canceling on it, because people cancel all the time for those trips. Like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going, and then cousin had a baby, can't go. You need to
Yeah,
sell tickets quick.
that might
Happens
be
all the time.
that might be worth looking into.
Let me see. I know Harmonix said they were going to be there, and I actually want to show up to the Harmonix party, which is on Thursday night, not on Friday night, because apparently, like, they sell tickets for this party where they rent out this theater and they just play Rock Band for like 3 hours straight or something like that. But they're like, yeah, we're gonna have an open bar this year, and I'm like, what? I do
Pretty
drunk
good
Rock
content.
Band with Harmonix developers.
That was how I got the challenge out of expert mode on Guitar Hero, is just get smashed and then try to try to play Bark at the Moon.
Oh god. Trying to play anything Smash does not work with me in Rock Band. I'm just like, I'm awful. Like, everything just goes to shit. Friends are like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. It's not working, man.
I can't play it sober.
Well, to be fair, you are white.
Yeah, whatever.
Let me see.
I play the real drums.
Well, there you
He
go.
needs real instruments. You got plastic.
With your buttons.
I know you guys probably don't know Heroes of North, but they made an announcement they're having a tournament there. Well, I guess you say they're hosting their tournament there, which is like really surprising. So excited for that.
Tournament for what?
They have like this thing called the Han Tour, which is where like they basically have this ongoing tournament that has like 3 different level brackets, like how StarCraft kind of had, but you can consistently earn money for it. So they're having, I think their Diamond division has having like one of their final tournaments there or something like that.
Is it for what game?
cycle. Heroes of North. It's a mobile game. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, where the developer calls people, not the developer, the CEO calls people faggots and stuff like that. It's actually kind of funny. There's actually a clip of him shouting the N-word at people. This is like a long time ago. Like, he was in a game, he shouted the N-word at people and stuff like that. It's been screen capped. And so whenever anyone mentions the game, they're like, oh, did you know their CEO is a racist bigot? And you're like, what? Fantastic.
Oh man,
One,
seems wholly inappropriate.
one thing that George and I talked about, I just want to cover this real quick. All this month, building up to PAX, George and I, and I guess you, Blaze, or Chris, whatever you go by.
Whatever goes for it.
Yeah. We're going to be posting up our predictions, and while we're there at PAX, we'll be posting up live photos and live tweets, and then we'll probably have a post-PAX recap
Twitter account
of a. We'll probably have we'll be posting all of the same Twitter accounts, so everything that we post, it'll go to one account. So we'll keep you guys updated that way, and then after it's over, we'll probably have one of these podcasts just to kind of go over everything that was there and what we're looking forward to. And all I know is E3 is going to be huge this year.
Gosh.
I can't wait.
I hope I can go back. I went last year for E3. It was fantastic.
I would
Where's
love
it
to
at
go.
this year?
It's so much fun. The best part was though, one of my roommates went with us, and I went off to go do some stuff on my own, and I come back and me and rest of the day. It's like, how was your day, man? He goes, it was pretty good. I shot Soldier Boy in the face. I was like, what? So he was waiting in line for the new Gears of War game, which is coming out this month. And he waited in line for like almost 2 hours. Like, the best way to describe E3, it's the amusement park for video games. And you wait in lines to play games. And you gotta find the fun games that don't have people in lines with them anyway. So he's waiting in line for 2 hours, and he's like, sweet, my turn to play. And suddenly VIP people just walk right through. And he's like, what the hell, man? I've been waiting here for 2 hours. This guy just waltzed right in. And this guy goes, I think that's Soldier Boy. He goes, what? No way. And so they had versus mode set up. So he starts playing versus mode, and he dies off the bat to someone, and the guy's screaming and stuff. It's like, whatever, I'm going to kill you next time. Next round starts, he walks up, grabs his shotgun, shoots one of the locusts right in the face, and Soldier Boy stands like, "What the hell was that? Who shot me like that?" And he was like, "Sweet." And I was like, "That's fantastic. That's what you did today." I'm like, that beats everything I trumped. Like, there's nothing I could have done that was better than that. So,
it's pretty tight.
It's a blast though. So,
I've always wanted to go to one of those trade shows or conventions, but just never have.
Fantastic. All right, so I guess we should move on. So one of the things I want to talk about was Bioshock. So we know Bioshock Infinite's coming out this month.
Yes.
Very excited for it. We're not in Rapture, which is kind of disheartening in a way, but at the same time, I'm glad to see a new setting.
That's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah.
Because this isn't like a sequel or a prequel or anything to the original two Bioshocks. It's Bioshock is like it's the same kind of a different society that tried to get away from the way that the world was, and this is just in a different setting. And I think it's going to be everything that I read about it, everything that I've seen about it. It looks really, really cool, and I love Ken Levine. He's my hero.
The thing that's upsetting me the most is that they just keep posting these little teaser videos and just like, oh, here's a little bit more, and I'm like, you bastards, just let me play the game. You're like, no, that'd be too easy. Just watch this video. Don't watch that video. Now just go wait for a couple months. We'll give you another video and sate your hunger a little bit longer. And I'm like, you guys suck.
Well, they're just building up the anticipation for you.
I'll cry if it's like Diablo and it just wasn't as good as I expected it to be.
Well, it seems hit or miss these days.
I cut deep there, didn't I, Brandon?
I bought it. See, I got the collector's edition with the Songbird statue, and I got the collector's edition for Diablo 3 because I was so pumped up about it and I thought it would be awesome. And then I get it, play through it, and after that initial high wears off, I'm like, oh, where's the content?
It's kind of dry.
Yeah. So I hope it doesn't end up like that, but I don't think it will because, like I was saying about Ken Levine, he's one of the few people in the industry who, I think they'll never. I don't see him ever really selling out, and he'll stick to his guns, and he'll make the game that he wants to make.
Yeah, I agree. I think I liked Bioshock too. I know a lot of people didn't, but I feel like those games, a lot of heart and soul goes into them. Even though Bioshock 2 was developed by someone else entirely, I still thought it was a pretty fun game, worthy of the title. So
the only qualm I really had with Bioshock 2 was that it just got almost silly easy towards the end, and I was just like, okay, really? This is supposed to be a build up to some super hard boss fight at the end, and it's kind of just like, oh, use this ability, go invisible, GG.
I thought it was pretty cool when you played as the big sister. I thought that was
I thought it was cool.
And you were playing as a big daddy, so I mean that's like the ultimate payoff is to play through the game and just get super jacked and just wreck everybody's day. So
I have fun with Rampage, don't get me wrong, but the first one, I don't know, there was something about the first one that just made me.
I think that's the trend among this generation of consoles, because you got games like Mass Effect that spawned 2 other sequels, and the first one is the best, and Bioshock spawning 2 sequels, the first one is the best. Dragon Age Origins, it spawned a second one, or probably a third one that will probably be announced sometime this year. The first one was the best. They keep cranking out.
Too much time in the first one.
And it's
ridiculous now.
It seems like they get the concept down, and then they just reiterate it. Sometimes it works out, because, for instance, I really like Borderlands 2 a whole lot, and the first game was great, but Borderlands 2 I think was even better. It's a rare occasion where the sequel is better than the first one, but it seems they nailed down a new idea, a new gameplay combination that's pretty fun, and then they just recycle it. But the new Bioshock, I feel, is probably going to be pretty good. It's the new setting, but with a familiar, I assume a familiar gameplay, and all the.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that the next Bioshock instills the terror I had when I first played through the first one. You're just suddenly in this weird place. You have a wrench, and you're just like, what am I supposed to do with just a wrench? And I
don't think anything will be that.
You gotta kill it. And you're like, with what ammo? How am I supposed to kill this? I want that feeling again, but I'm not sure if I'll ever get that because, I'll be expecting that, and I'm like, no, it's not here.
It'll be completely different, but I will say that game was completely just iconic, and it stuck with me because of that fact that, it wasn't like a survival horror, but I was so scared because you're underwater in this tight space, and there are like these crazy mutant splicers trying to kill you. It's it's definitely one of those games that'll like stick with you for a
I think
while.
I like the first time I played through it. I almost threw the controller at the screen. I was just like, nope, I'm done here. I'm done. Nope. Crazy lady with hooks for hands, and I'm like, holy shit, what just flowed up? And I was like, this game's great, just play it. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll play for wait a little longer. So,
Yeah, it's nice that every once in a while you get a game that is one particular genre or not considered to be bleeding into others. But Bioshock was like an action, horror, science fiction, fantasy,
thing.
suspense, drama, thriller game. It was everything all in one.
So, all right. So I think that covers just about everything we're supposed to talk about today. Like,
What other games are you guys looking forward to in the near future?
jeez, my sad addiction to Japanese games is gonna come through this month with Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate, and like anyone, and I stepped back and I've looked at this game like a million times. Like the game series is extremely grindy. It's a slow start. Anyone that like wants to play this game like in the Western world just don't like it. In Japan it's as big as like Pokemon and stuff like that, but like here it almost always flops. But I had this like undying love for this game, and like I'm sad. Like I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I don't think anyone else is going to share that much enthusiasm as me that I'll normally meet.
Well, I recently played the demo for the new Castlevania game on the 3DS. It's like Castlevania Mirror of Fate, Lament of Innocence, Harmony of Darkness, or it's like got 18 different subtitles, but it was super duper fun, and I played through a little bit of the Xbox 360. I think it was Lord of Shadows. I think is what it was
Is that the
called.
one with like 8 players?
I don't know. I think you
Okay.
played as Trevor Belmont, but you had a whip
Okay.
in it, and it was actually pretty fun. And this is in the same universe. I mean, they're all in the same universe, but this one is like continuing that story, but it's a side scroller game, a la the original Castlevania or like Symphony of the Night or something like that. And it was actually really fun. So it comes out tomorrow, so I'm probably going to pick it up. But other than that, coming out this month, it's pretty much Bioshock and feeding my World of Warcraft addiction all month. But that's about it.
Patch tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not. I've gotten so out of playing in-game content for that game that I don't care about patches anymore. I stopped rating about 2 years ago.
I'm trying to think. What is his what was I gonna say? No, they made a Xbox Live game for the arcade. It's for Castlevania, and it's like a traditional like side scroller one you play in the SNES
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you have like all these different characters you can choose from,
Yeah, I know what
and
you're
like
talking
8
about.
people can be on the screen once, and I was like, holy crap, this game's huge. But when I got it, everyone stopped playing it, so like I couldn't find anyone in matchmaking. So here I am trying to solve these huge maps by myself, and my friend's like, "Oh, I'll play with you," and never played.
Yeah, I
So
mean
it's like
that's
on my
what.
back shelf to beat.
Yeah, that's what kind of is a bummer about some of the online games. Like I bought Tribes 2 a million years ago, and when I bought it for like $10 at Electronics Boutique, and I was like, man, I heard so much about this game, and I went to play online, and like 4 people were still playing it. So it's just like, well,
Can't play that.
no.
Brandon's got anything else he's excited for
I'm excited
besides
for
Bioshock?
Bioshock is that's a
That's
obvious
it.
one. But also God of War Ascension is coming out, which I'm
I
really
saw the
looking
commercial
forward
for that. It
to.
looked pretty cool. Like
I
just the
played
commercial
the
itself.
demo on PSN. Downloaded the demo and played it last night, and it's actually really fun. I mean, it's classic, God of War, all the quick time events and all that. You can say what you want about quick time events, but I think God of War really does it well.
Hey man, I love Shenmue.
Yeah. um, but I felt like the last one, which is basically God of War 3, is really one of the main reasons that I got my PS3, and I was kind of let down by it because God of War 2 was just so good, and I think God of War Ascension is going to bring it back to its former glory. I
I
hope.
actually felt a little bit betrayed in God of War 3. I actually sold the game as soon as I bought it, played through it for a week, and then I said to all my friends, like, hey, I know none of you guys have this, so anyone that wants to play God of War 3 before I go and sell this game, please come do so. I had a friend knock down my door, come down, played through it twice, like, okay, I'm done. And then I went and sold it. I was so hurt. I'm like, this is not the God of War I remember. And
Yeah,
I hope
it was,
Ascension is much better.
from what I've seen, what I've played, it's really good. And the multiplayer beta was pretty fun too.
I didn't get a chance to play in that. Like, I don't know how it would work, multiplayer God of War. Like, it just sounds like everyone just spinning in circles and being like, you can't touch me. And I'm like, okay, I'll stay over here.
I haven't really gotten into those games, so I'm not super excited about. I'll probably get it eventually, but I don't know what it is. I never got into it. I don't know I guess I don't know what's wrong with me because it's so popular and everybody loves it. I just never. It never clicked.
If you like cutting heads off and making things bleed, then it's really fun.
Yeah, I watched my friends play through it, and they'd be like banging hookers and chopping ogres' heads off and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty cool, but when I went to play it, it just wasn't. It just didn't click with me. I don't know why.
The sex QuickTime event.
Yeah, hit the triangle button a whole lot.
Circle.
That was funny. And it's just, you don't even see anything. You just see the two girls gossiping and looking at it and noises.
Yeah.
And moaning. Kind of like in the new Tomb Raider.
Apparently that's amazing, as people were saying. I haven't seen, like, I feel so, like, I haven't looked too much into it, but, like, every time I'm like, so how's some Tomb Raider stuff? And it's like, oh, it's amazing, you should play it.
Yeah, I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard it was not good, and I've heard people say that it's great. So
I think it'll be okay. I'm personally indifferent. George probably thinks I hate it because I gave him some shit for it the other day. But I really couldn't care less either way. But it does look pretty cool. It just seems like Uncharted with a female protagonist and a lot of
which is kind of the opposite of a few years ago when everybody's like calling Uncharted Dude Raider because it was just Tomb Raider with a dude. Now it's like Tomb Raider is Uncharted with a chick.
Yeah. Oh, and it's kind of like Gears of War 2 with the cover-based stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll play that eventually.
Knee-high walls everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does look neat, though. I mean, it looks beautiful. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it looks really good, but how it plays and what they got going on is a different story.
Yep. Does that about cover it?
I think that does about cover it, so, you know, like I said, twice a month we're looking for this, not twice a week. I said it right this time. Twice a month we're aiming to do these guys. You know, if you have any topics you guys want to talk about, please post it on our Facebook page, comments on our website, anywhere, you know, you can hit us up at. If you have anything you guys want to hear us talk about, or, you know, if, you know, you feel, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a game that's awful, but people somehow want to hear us play about it or talk about it.
Devil May Cry?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. DMC.
Was that bad?
DMC.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's
man.
so... Let's just say it's a step back, not a step
Alright.
forward.
Well, Devil May Cry 2 was pretty bad, so maybe it's like an every other game sort of thing.
So, like, if you, like I said, if you, like Brandon said, if you want us to talk about Devil May Cry and, you know, you want to defend why it's a great game and it's obviously not, we'll go ahead and try and talk about that. But that's going to call it for this podcast. Next time we'll be broadcasting, we should be after PAXEast. No, where? Yeah, after PAXEast we'll be broadcasting. All right. So thanks, guys, once again. Remember, check us out at don'tcritme.com for videos, articles, and giveaways.